Jim, our next question sent to CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Andrew M. Big fan and longtime listener. Wanted to get your take on Jey Uso, a.k.a. the unsung hero of the Bloodline. I feel like ever since Jey had his initial program with Reigns in 2020, he has consistently improved and also proved how good he could be as a singles superstar. Furthermore, I also believe Jimmy has all the tools to become a successful singles star as well, if given the opportunity to show it. I feel the summation of this Bloodline odyssey should ultimately give way to an Uso split, resulting in both guys becoming solo acts. What's your take on the Usos becoming singles competitors at some point this year? Would you think it could be a successful direction for WWE to go in with these two competitors?
Well, and by the way, was that his English major thesis, constructing that question, this guy with all the big words? We talked about this when we were talking about directions they could go with the Bloodline. Yeah, you can split tag team partners up and then they can be singles and go, but when you've got guys that are pretty much twins, I mean, they're twins and one has some coloring in his hair to differentiate from the other one. That's tough, because then, and especially the similar names, you're creating, I can see Vince McMahon, confusion in the marketplace, pal. That's real hard when you've got two twin brothers, similar names. You're trying to make them singles, especially if one might be a heel, one might be a babyface in the same place. It's difficult because a lot of these guys don't stand out as it is.
But you could see what he's saying about Jey Uso specifically and his performance, again, since that program with Roman. Not to put Jimmy down, but Jey kind of has been the standout performer.
Yeah, and I think, that's what I'm saying basically is it's hard to have two guys that look that's the same, have similar names, etc. If that happens, then one of the Usos would probably be the, what do they call it these days, the Marty Jannetty of the team. And so it wouldn't be good for one of them, even if it was good for the other one. So I'm not saying that one or the other couldn't be a single. I'm saying that both of them probably can't be in the same fucking place. So if you like the Usos and you want to see them be singles, then you're about to lose one of the Usos.
If Roman loses the belt at Mania, the belts at Mania, if Roman loses whatever he has at Mania, and he's no longer champion, can you see the Bloodline existing without Roman?
Well, then you've got Jey, Jimmy, and Solo. Paul E is not going to be a constant or even a habitual presence without Roman involved, because that's where the money is. So without Roman, then it's going to be hard. Then you've got a tag team and you got the Samoan enforcer, but there's no, as Flair would say, there's no straw that stirs the drink. So that would be tough too, to have a Bloodline group, unless another big, and who would that be? Another big name came in that was part of the Bloodline.
If you can get around matches and Roman doesn't wrestle that often, and he doesn't even appear on every SmackDown at this point, I couldn't do it. I was going to say, what about The Rock? But that would make him a heel. That's the only reason I don't think he could do it, is it would make him a heel, probably.
Well, plus they can't pin him down to just show up for the biggest show of the year.
Although they just announced his movie's taking a 6-week break. Which is interesting timing.
Could it be Vince cashed in some more stock? Hey, Rock, here's an extra $1 million.
At what point do you stop doing that if you've already sold out Mania?
You can never sell out Mania now, though. That's the thing. On Peacock, you can't ever sell it out. You can't. The pay-per-view is sold out. You can't order the pay-per-view now. No more are available. Peacock, the free telecast, it's blacked out now. You can't ever sell it out anymore. So if they get The Rock, then they get an extra how many 100,000 people watching on Peacock, and they look like geniuses to, one of the major corporations that they're trying to get to fucking buy them.